Hey, what's up? It's Jason McLaren with This Show is a Disaster Podcast. And today we're talking about face mask. Obviously, everyone has been told to wear a face mask. And I think that brings up some security concerns, right? You got half your face is covered, and then if you're wearing sunglasses, now your whole face is covered. So what are we doing to mitigate this? I think there's a few things we need to look at. So the first is identification. So if you're going into a business or a store where they're selling items that are age controlled or something like that, how are we going to address that? You know, I can show you my ID, but half of my face is covered, or all my face if I have glasses on. You know, what are we going to do for policies, and what are you going to do for procedures on how to make sure that's a safe transaction? You know, does a person back away from the counter 6 feet and pull their mask down so that you can verify? That's what we got to do. I know a lot of the driver's license offices, especially here in Texas, are doing appointments, so I'm not sure how they're doing that, if they're allowing people to take their mask off for the appointment so they can get their picture and put it on their license, but something you need to consider. Also is safety in general. You know, if you're doing, if you have a business where you have suspicious people coming in, you want to make sure you can identify those people. If your security division has, bolos or be on the lookouts up, you're not going to be able to recognize these people. So that's another thing. Do you want to have screeners at the door that have these pictures before the person puts their mask on or anything like that? And then on the other end, what about your company? You know, how do we know that the people that are there working are the right people? You know, even if they're allowed to be there. I'm not talking about these people that come in every day and have an office and have a spot there, but what about temporary employees or employees that only come every couple of days or once a month, vendors, that sort of thing. That's why you need to have displayed identification on your body or on your uniform, either on a lanyard or a clip above the waist. That's usually the standard, and that should have a picture on it. I think now, especially now with COVID, any company should have badges, these 2.5 by 3 ID cards that hang on your shirt somewhere that shows, hey, you're the person that you say you are, and this is what you do here. This masking process has re-emphasized that. I know a lot of industries have been doing this for years. You've got the tech world, the higher education world, and the healthcare world. They've been doing this for years. You have to wear a badge on your uniform above the waist that has a picture of you. It says what you do, what your title is, basically, so that anybody can look at you and say, okay, this person is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're not, pretending to be somebody else. So, yeah, this whole thing is kind of open up a new realm on how we have to look at security and identification of people, coming into our businesses, coming into our companies, and that sort of thing. And I've even seen some healthcare agencies making partially clear masks, so it has fabric on the top and bottom, and then a clear, kind of like a mini plexiglass window in the middle, so you can see the lips basically, and so you can enunciate to people and see, they can see you smiling, so it helps with the patient care. Or if you're a mom and you had a baby, they can still see the mom's face and start to copy what the parents are doing. So these are all endeavors, or all things we need to look at and see, what's the best fit for our companies and what's the best fit for how we're going to move forward with this, because we don't know when we're going to stop wearing masks. So we need to start looking at our policies and procedures and evolving as we see fit. So with Jason McLaren, that's all I got today, so I'm signing off.